I'm really hoping that this can be for the both of us. And it actually started with a question that I had outside when I was editing a video, and that is, am I a nurse or am I a filmmaker? And for you, are you a blank, or are you or want to be a fill in the blank? Let's unpack this. So as we're all in this together right now, as I'm filming this, social distancing and isolating ourselves, whether you're by yourselves or you have your family at home like I do, and I'm very blessed to have my family with me right now, safe in our homes. And if you are doing this alone, my heart does go out to you. I hope that you do have some touch points. I do hope that you can FaceTime or talk to friends or family or connect on social. So I'm sending all the good feels out to you, and I'm thinking about you, and I'm hoping for the best for you. But what led me to this was I was out there editing this video that I'm working on, and it kind of got me thinking about like who I really am. And I've always identified as someone who has gone against the grain and done things a little bit differently. And I've never been one for the labels. Now, I am a nurse, so I am in healthcare, and I am also an entrepreneur. And in that regard, we're serving people on the front lines right now. And we're doing a lot of telemedicine and telehealth. We work with people that are very high risk, that have a lot of complexity medically and psychologically. And so those are the folks that we are working with right now, trying to help them stay out of the emergency rooms and the hospitals, because as we know, that's a hot mess right now. As everything's happening, I was thinking back into 2019, where I was working really, really hard to make 2020 the year that I went to full-time creative. And it didn't mean that I was leaving nursing, because I worked my tail off to be a nurse. I made so many sacrifices. My wife did, our family did, and I really love being a nurse. But one of the things that I really wanted to also be is a filmmaker, a photographer, and really a creative, because I've always been creative as an entrepreneur, and I've also loved nursing as well. And thinking about everything that just has gotten blown up over throughout the whole world. I mean, things are getting deconstructed left and right. The boxes are all getting blown out, and the labels are all just melding together. And thinking about you and thinking about me in regards to the things that I want and the things that I want to fight for. And of course, the basics of our health and our economy, yes, I want those back, but also thinking about, I started out in 2020 with this idea and this plan and working in all of 2019 to make 2020 happen. And I'm sure many of you have had very similar plans like that you're like, I just need to figure out how I'm going to be able to feed myself or feed my family like today or tomorrow. And I understand that. And I can imagine the fear can be quite overwhelming. And I do hope that that changes for you. But the one thing that I want to make sure is that whatever plan that you had in place, and thinking about the things that you wanted to do, the things that you were really working hard to do, I really hope that that's on the table for you still. And if it's not, I'm trying to encourage you to get it back on the table. For those of you that have come to this channel because of the podcasting or the filmmaking or the photography tutorials and information that I've put together. And, I started this channel as a vlog. Like, I originally was a vlogger many years ago, and obviously that's taken a transition based on many reasons. But what I can tell you is that I love doing this, and I can't imagine not having that freedom and that flexibility to be able to do the things that really matter the most to you. And like I said, nursing, it's a very safe career path, even if I wasn't doing it as an independent contractor or consultant or self-employed. I know that I can get a job, but at the same time, I am still taking the risks to put in the effort and continue forward right now to be the filmmaker, to be the photographer, to be the creative. And like I said, I'm not going to leave nursing, but I just want to encourage you that if you want to be a filmmaker or into photography or something creative, start with what you have. Even if you're in your own backyard, your own home, film what's around you. Get creative with what's in front of you and what you can get access to right now. Because it comes down to just executing on that idea and not just leaving it as an idea, but to say, I want to do this. I'm going to take action on it, and I'm just going to go out and I'm going to start filming. I'm going to start doing photography. And I'm not trying to dilute the brand of photography or the skill set. Immerse yourself in YouTube videos and tutorials about photography or whatever creative that you want to pursue. Get in there and start doing the work. There's so many things that you could be doing that it just takes practice. It's just a rinse and repeat mindset. And again, not just the idea, but going out there and doing it. I mean, for me, I've always been this creative type and an only child where I've had to figure things out on my own a lot of times and not really have anybody that I could model from, that I could look at. And so I used to create all the time. And it's funny how I went back to those roots, because we can't go to the gym and we're very active people. And here I am figuring out ways in my backyard to put together this like Rocky IV, old school Ivan Drago kind of, that's who I need to conquer. And so I want to still work out and working with cinder blocks and whatever I can put together out there so that I can continue to improve myself, my body and my mind. And, you know, it's funny, my kids look at me as if like, Dad's crazy, but I think like, yeah, but this is the stuff that I used to do when I was your age to try to figure out how to get some like exercise or some weights or resistance, because that's all I really had. And I like being able to tap into that. And as things seem to be falling down around us, I'm hoping that you're going to still be able to find a sliver of motivation or creative energy or something that helps fuel you, that helps feed you mentally and physically. But just keep in mind that, yes, we are in this together, but I realize that a lot of us are also doing this alone, and a lot of us have quite a bit of uncertainty because there is an overwhelming amount of uncertainty right now. So just keep feeding yourself, because honestly, there are no regrets investing in yourselves. Go out there, do the things that matter. Keep rocking the faces. I really appreciate your time and attention. I am rooting for you, and I will catch you right back here on the next one.